In this video, I'm going to teach you 5 secrets to creating your dream team in practice. Hi there, I'm Dr. Mulrooney, and I'm excited to share with you how to create your dream team. This is one of the hardest things in practice for us to do because we're dealing with human beings, and there can be a little bit of unpredictability with that. But I'm going to teach you some of the easiest tricks that you can have in order to get your dream team coming to you and subscribing to what you are trying to do with your practice. And it's not that difficult, but it takes a little bit of work on your part as an owner. So be ready to invest a little bit in yourself. So the first secret to creating your dream team is by letting your team know where you're going with the practice. If you don't know what your vision and mission is for the 5 or 10 years down the road, it's really hard for your team to get on board because they don't know where you're going. And if you don't know where you're going, then it feels like the blind leading the blind, which is not a good feeling for your team. They want to know that what they're investing in their career, because it is their career that they are working on while they're in your practice, they want to know that it's going in a way that is also going to benefit them. And you need to think about that. Now, it doesn't mean that you bend over backwards, compromising your own ethics or whatever you need to do. It is just really about sharing where you're going, because then it allows people to choose whether they want to be on board with you or not. The second secret to creating your dream team is by hiring and firing based on your core values. And this means, again, you're going to have to do a little bit of work to establish what those core values are. And core values are things like we arrive on time, ready to go for our patients 15 minutes ahead of when the first patient is going to hit the chair. This means that everyone is at their best when they're at the practice, regardless of whatever is going on around them in their life. You can't be bringing your baggage to the practice, and that's only fair to request that of your team. So make sure that you establish those core values, and when you have to replace a team member, which is going to happen, then you can actually start selecting new team members based on whether they match those core values or not. The third secret to creating your dream team is by setting goals as a team. Obviously, as an owner, you have goals that you want to accomplish, and those are going to affect your practice. However, your team also needs to be setting goals because you want them to be starting to achieve their dreams in your practice as well. That is what is going to help them to stick around. And if everyone knows what each other's goals are within the practice or professionally, then it actually helps everyone to help each other to achieve those. And these are things that you want to be actually taking time and checking back in with at least every quarter to make sure that everyone is on board to getting what they want out of the practice. If you are looking for a little bit more information, there is a goal setting, quite extensive webinar that I have on this channel as well, where you can pop in there and it goes through how to set goals for you and your team over the next year. The fourth secret to creating your dream team is to train them regularly. Within my practice, what we did was we had weekly meetings. Now, this took some time away from patient time, but it was super important because it helped us to gel as a team. When we actually took the time to goal set and had a list of things that we had to achieve every week and every month, it helped us to get so much more done in the practice, moving towards where we wanted to go. The nice thing about it is too that you are constantly helping your team to develop similar skills to each other, especially when it comes to customer service, which is usually where our downfall is in practice. Is we get so inundated with trying to be amazing as dentists and amazing at learning more stuff, and then sometimes the customer service, we feel like we're busy and we don't really want to take that extra time. But if your team is working together to try and create better customer service, all it can do is improve your practice, your referrals, how many new patients you get, and your overall patient experience. The fifth secret to creating your dream team is getting over being the bad guy. Sometimes as the owner, you have to put on the bad guy hat and actually discipline your team. Now, this doesn't mean you're embarrassing them, but if there are things happening in your practice that you don't like, that go against the core values, or that are endangering your patients, you need to actually take that team member aside and have a chat with them. And sometimes it's going to end up that you need to let them go. That's business. You got into business. This is one of the things that you have to do in business. And unfortunately, it can be a little bit uncomfortable, especially if you are letting someone go for the first time, because you know that you're affecting their earning ability, your potentially affecting their family. However, you are not doing anyone any favors by keeping on team members who are not a good fit for your practice. Not only are you holding yourself back, you're holding them back as well, and you're not helping them to grow in their career. So when things have to change, you have to put on the bad guy hat and go and do the dirty work to make your practice work better. So in summary, the 5 secrets to creating your dream team are as follows. Number 1, let them in on your plans. Let them in on your vision and mission. Number 2, establish your core values for the practice and hire and fire by them. Number 3, set goals with your team regularly and check back in on those. Number 4, train your team regularly so that everyone gets on the same page. Number 5, get over being the bad guy. This is your practice and it's your baby. And so sometimes you have to do things that are uncomfortable to make sure that you keep moving your practice in the right direction. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't signed up for our newsletter where you get a weekly tip and trick that you can use in your practice right away, you can do so in the links below. If you haven't already signed up for a strategy call with me, and I don't know why you haven't, you can do so in the links below as well, and you get to chat with me for half an hour on how to take your practice to the next level. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can do so right here. Until next time, I wish you a beautiful day. Make sure that you give us a like, make sure that you subscribe, and also make sure that you comment below so that we can keep making better videos that will help give you more information to make your practice amazing.